Today on NBA 2K26, we're going to see what the NBA would look like if every single team traded their best player. I have no idea what's going to happen here on NBA 2K26, but I'm excited to see how things are going to start. I'm going to start alphabetically with the Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid. So Joel Embiid is going to be the first player traded today in this video. So what I'm going to be doing here is trading the best player on one team hypothetically to the best player on another team. So for example, with the 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks, of course Embiid and VJ Edgecombe is being offered to the Milwaukee Bucks for Giannis Antetokounmpo, so this is going to fit both criteria for both the Sixers and the Milwaukee Bucks. So this trade is going to be complete. Embiid's going to Milwaukee and Giannis is going to be going to the Philadelphia 76ers. On Chicago Bulls, Kobe White has the highest overall out of all players on the roster, and of course Kobe White is not going to be offered in trades for LeBron, Luka, and everything regarding that. So what I'm going to be doing is going to go through all the four options here. Remember, doing all of this through the trade finder. Whichever team is offering the highest overall is the trade I'm going to be making. So this trade here, actually Kobe White and Zach Collins will be going to Philadelphia 76ers for Tyrese Maxey. So this trade is going to be completed right here. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, I can't believe I'm actually looking at this trade right now in the trade finder. Donovan Mitchell and Larry Nance Jr. will be going from Cleveland over to the Denver Nuggets for Nikola Jokic. Absolutely insane trade here. I don't know what the Nuggets are thinking in this one, honestly. You get more for Jokic than Mitchell and Larry Nance Jr., but this trade is going to be complete. Donovan will be going to Denver and Jokic will be going to Cleveland. As we look for trades for Jason Tatum here, the highest overall on the Boston Celtics, as you can see, Jokic now comes up on this end. Now, what I'm going to do is every single player that has been already traded will not be traded at all. So, of course, Jokic is probably going to be the highest overall we'll see in this. However, Jokic has already been traded from Denver to Cleveland, so he will not be traded in this. So as we go through them all, if Kawhi Leonard is the highest so far, 92 overall, LaMelo Ball over there, of course, Sabonis, Jalen Brunson, Luka Doncic is probably going to be the highest one that we're going to see, and just making sure as we go through the rest, Durant was close there. Actually, never mind, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, we got Jason Tatum and Peyton Pritchard going to the Thunder for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Isaiah Joe. Insane trade. Let's see how things play out regarding this trade. This trade here is the one the Clippers are going to be making, trading away Kawhi Leonard and Bradley Beal over to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Anthony Edwards. Let's see if this Clippers team gets even better with Edwards now on the roster. This one I'm pretty shocked by, in all honesty. Ja Morant and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope will be going to the Golden State Warriors, the highest overall on the Warriors, and in all these trades, Steph Curry, 94 overall, and Bryn Podziemski too. Let's see how things play out. This is a very interesting one. For the Atlanta Hawks, they're going to be trading Trae Young and Dyson Daniels away over to the Indiana Pacers for Tyrese Haliburton. Now, injuries are off on this. Makes things more interesting. Obviously, I have Tatum, Haliburton, and Lillard playing, for example. Haliburton will be going back to Atlanta. Very interesting here. Trae Young and Haliburton basically a point guard swap between the Hawks and the Pacers. The Miami Heat will be trading Bam Adebayo and Norman Powell over to the Mavericks for Anthony Davis and Dante Exum. Obviously, Anthony Davis is the best player on that Mavericks roster. See how things play out for both these teams after this trade. So we have the Charlotte Hornets offering LaMelo Ball and a first-round pick over to the New York Knicks for Jalen Brunson. So now Jalen Brunson will be going over to Charlotte. Hopefully he can lead them to some victories. I said next the highest overall because Lauri Markkanen unfortunately couldn't find a trade for him with the highest overall on the team already. Next one, we got Kyrie Irving, the highest overall available here. So Markkanen and Filipowski going to the Mavericks for Kyrie Irving on the Dallas Mavericks. Next up here, we have the Sacramento Kings. Domantas Sabonis and Malik Monk will be going over to the New York Knicks for Karl Anthony Towns. Big center trade between these two teams. The New York Knicks have already made their trades, so obviously they're no longer trading in this video. We have the Lakers here, Luka Doncic. Actually, the highest overall I was actually able to get for a player that hasn't been traded already was Amen Thompson here on the Houston Rockets, but Luka's going to be going there for both Amen Thompson and Alperen Sengun. Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner will both be going over to the Pelicans for Zion and Herb Jones. The Mavericks have already made their move. Now we got the Brooklyn Nets. Michael Porter Jr. in this first-round pick is going over to Memphis actually for Jaren Jackson Jr. Denver and Indiana have already made their moves. Now we have Cade going from the Pistons over to the Suns for Devin Booker, basically swapping these two teams out. We got a big one here. Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram going from Toronto Raptors over to Houston Rockets for Kevin Durant and Jabari Smith Jr. Next up here, the Spurs will be trading Victor Wembanyama over to the OKC Thunder for Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. Obviously, as you see, there's 5 trade offers there. Now on the all 4 other ones, all the players have already been traded. Luka, Towns, Jokic, and Giannis have already been traded here, so I'm not trading them again. These players haven't been traded. Victor's going to the Thunder. The trade here for the Blazers here, Damian Lillard and Jeremy Grant will be going to the Celtics over Jaylen Brown. Obviously, Brown has not been traded at all in today's video. He's the highest overall left. Lillard's going to the Celtics. Brown's going over to the Blazers. Highest overall here, we have CJ McCollum, last but not least on the Wizards, going over to the Sacramento Kings for DeMar DeRozan. Now, after all the trades are complete, I'm going to go through mostly all the top players in the NBA to show you how the rosters have shaken up. So, of course, we now have Nikola Jokic is on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Shea is a member of the Boston Celtics. Giannis is on the Sixers. Anthony Edwards is on the Los Angeles Clippers. Luka is now on the Houston Rockets. Steph Curry is on the Grizzlies. LeBron is still on the Lakers, so that's the biggest thing. LeBron actually did not get traded. LeBron is still on this Lakers squad. Tatum is on the OKC Thunder, as well as Victor Wembanyama. We got Atlanta Hawks have Tyrese Halliburton. Heat have Anthony Davis. The Nuggets now have Donovan Mitchell. Raptors have Kevin Durant. Brunson's on the Charlotte Hornets. Embiid is on the Bucks, obviously, for the Giannis trade. The Kings have Karl Anthony Towns. Cade is on the Suns. Kawhi is on the Timberwolves. And Ja is on the Golden State Warriors. Now, I'm going to go through a couple of the top teams here that I think have a chance at winning in today's video. Obviously, I have to mention this Cleveland Cavaliers team with Jokic. They still have Mobley, Garland, Jared Allen, DeAndre Hunter, and Lonzo on this team. Obviously, there's a big trade. Jokic for Donovan Mitchell. Pretty insane, but I think they got a good chance of winning. Would be interesting to see how this Lakers team turns out with LeBron, Amen Thompson, Alperen Sengun. Obviously, you don't know what's going to happen on 2K26. This Mavs team is very interesting now when you look at it. Bam, Norman Powell, Lauren Marketing, Cooper Flag, and the rest of the obviously Mavs squad. Could they still win? Let's find out. This Rockets team looks completely different up top. Luka, Scotty Barnes, and Brandon Ingram leading the way instead of Amen Thompson, Sengun there, and of course Kevin Durant. I had to shout out this Thunder team, Tatum and Victor now on the squad. You never know what's going to happen. This is an insane duo, probably the best duo that's still available. And of course, could Giannis lead the Sixers team to victory? Well, we're about to find out. Him, Kobe White, and Paul George, Quentin Grimes. So what I'm going to do now is simulate to the end of the season. Hopefully things go well for this simulation of all these teams, get new players on their roster. See you guys at the end of the season. We'll go over all the stats and everything. Let's find out who wins the NBA championship. At the end of the season, we get Anthony Edwards as your most valuable player, averaging 36.6 rebounds, 4 assists with the Los Angeles Clippers. Cooper Flag, Rookie of the Year. He was not traded. He's still with the Dallas Mavericks. Julius Randle, 6th Man of the Year with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year with the OKC Thunder. And we got Neiman's here, Most Improved Player. And Anthony Edwards is your Clutch Player of the Year. Edwards, Victor, Giannis, Jokic, and Luka on the All-NBA first team. We got Towns, Shea, Cade, John Morant, and Jason Tatum on the second. And on the third, Halliburton, Davis, Zion, LeBron, and James Harden. All defensive first team is Amen Thompson, Anthony Davis, Evan Mobley, Giannis, and Victor. And on the second team, we got Chet, Asur Thompson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Nicholas Claxton, and Walker Kessler. Now let's check out the let's go and check out these standings here first at the end of the season. I'm gonna check the player stats here, but it doesn't really matter. NBA standings here, we're gonna start out in the Eastern Conference. The Cavs were the first seed, 58-24, followed by the New York Knicks, the Indiana Pacers, the Atlanta Hawks, the Detroit Pistons, and the Philadelphia 76ers. Playing was the Raptors, the Magic, the Bulls, and the Boston Celtics here. Fortunately, the Bucks they did not do very well. And neither did the Wizards. Wait, that's it. They win 10 games. They won 10 games, and the Hornets won 12 games. That's crazy work. So out in the Western Conference, the Clippers and the Mavericks were the first seed. They both won 70 games. Who's on this Clippers team again? I want to make sure get all the facts right here. Harden Edwards was on that team, right? Edwards is on that team. And on the Mavericks here, this is the D'Lo, Klay Thompson, Cooper Flag, Bam, and Derek Lively, Norman Powell, and Markkanen team. Wow. Yeah, I could see how they won 70 games. This is a very all-around roster right there. The Timberwolves were next. The Rockets, the Thunder, the Spurs, the Suns. We have the Pelicans, the Warriors, Blazers. Lakers didn't even make it at all. That is interesting. But that's going to be our standings here for both conferences. Let's check the league leaders here at the end of the season. So leading the way in scoring was Anthony Edwards. Then was Victor, 32.5. Tatum had 30. Cade had 30 as well. Luka had 30. Wow, look at these high-scoring ones. Ja had 30. Giannis 30. Shea went down 29 there. Jaylen Brown had 28. Trae Young had 20. So look at these ones. Anything crazy here? Nothing too crazy. Obviously, these are all the best players in the NBA, so you know what you expect. In the rebounding department, we're going to have Giannis led the way with 13 rebounds. Jalen Duren 12.6. Victor 12. Towns had 12. Jokic had 11. Anthony Davis had 10.9 right there. Shai Jones Valanciunas as well for the Nuggets, who actually started because Jokic got traded away. In the assist department, we had Halliburton was number 1, Jokic 2, Garland 3, Trae Young 4, Cade Cunningham 5. Pretty good here. Steals, you got Asur Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, Amen Thompson, Giannis, and Shea. Herb Jones, obviously now in the Magic. But yeah, this is pretty interesting, to say the least. We're going to submit the play in there. We're just going to go through all the teams that got eliminated. It's not the biggest deal obviously out here is going to be the Suns, obviously, and they're going to be the 7th seed. So we got the Clippers, the Warriors, the Rockets, Thunder, Timberwolves, Spurs, Mavs, the Suns. Then we got the Cleveland Magic, Hawks, Pistons, Pacers, Sixers, and we got the Knicks and the Raptors. Let's see how things play out. Let's see who's going to win this NBA Finals. I got my money on Cleveland, though. I think that Cleveland team is very good, but you never know, especially on the West. They both won 70 games between Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks. So in the first round here, we're just going to assume with the first round, the Rockets are already eliminated. That's crazy. It's going to be, yeah, you know, obviously I control every single team this way. All the confirmations coming up right here. It's going to be the Clippers, who beat the Warriors in 7 games, actually a lot closer than I thought. 126-114 this last one. Edwards at 28, 4-7. Harden 22, shot at 35 for Golden State. I apologize too if I say the player's name that they're on. Not on the team that I say, because they're all different teams today's video. The Thunder just absolutely smoked the Rockets in 4 games like it was absolutely nothing. 131-111. We got Victor here on the Thunder. We got Aaron Wiggins and Tatum. Yeah, that team's pretty good. Luka, Ingram. They don't have enough in that department. The Timberwolves have beat the Spurs in 6, and it's going to be the Mavericks beating the Suns in 4 as well. Out east, the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Magic in 4. I expect big game probably from Jokic here. No, actually only 17, 8, 9, but it's Jokic. The Pistons actually, have the upset here as they were the 5th seed. The Hawks at 4th seed. They win in 7 games over them. 127-125. Wow, that was a close game right there. The Hawks ended up losing this one. Tobias Harris was the leading scorer in the game. Pacers and the Sixers. The Pacers end up winning. We got the Knicks beating the Toronto Raptors. We're not playing this game. That's an accident there. So let's go and simulate into the next round and let's see what happens. Pacers are eliminate the Pistons as well as the Mavericks and the Clippers. So the Mavericks maybe were fake 70-12, but I can say the same about this Clippers team here. They both were 70-12, and they both ended up losing to the Timberwolves and the Thunder squad. The Timberwolves: Conley, Bradley Beal, Jaden McDaniels, Kawhi, Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle, Nasri, Dante DiVincenzo. And on that Thunder team again, we got Peyton Pritchard. I totally forgot actually Peyton Pritchard was in that trade as well, who probably had a pretty good year. Yeah, 13 points a game, 5 assists. Got Dort, Caruso, Tatum, and Victor. This duo here is the best one that's still a part of any team right here. And out east, we have the Cavs and the Knicks. Cavs: Garland, Sam Merrill, Max Strus, Evan Mobley, Jokic. So you still have this team is just still so built well. DeAndre Hunter and Lonzo Ball. And out for the New York Knicks is LaMelo Ball, Mikal Bridges, OG Josh Hart, and Sabonis. So they're still pretty good too. Let's see what happens here between these 2 teams. I should say the 4 teams here. What's going to happen? Is it going to be the Thunder or the Timberwolves? And the Cavs have actually been eliminated in 4. Wow, so I was completely wrong. It's going to be the Timberwolves winning. Julius Randle is your Western Conference Finals MVP, 22, 6, and 4 for him. LaMelo Ball, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, 24, 9. I never expected that in a million years. But we got the Knicks and the Timberwolves. We're going to go on a game-by-game basis. Let's see what happens. In game number 1, it's going to be the Knicks winning 118-113. Julius Randle, 24 in this one. Kawhi Leonard, 23, 4, and 6. Dante DiVincenzo at 22 and 17 for Bradley Beal. But the Knicks end up winning with 37-4-9 from LaMelo Ball in game 1. Also, that's a bonus on that roster too. Game number 2 is also going to the Knicks, 126-121. Bradley Beal just put 40 points in this one, but it wasn't enough. 25 for LaMelo Ball, 20 for Malik Monk, 16 for Mikal Bridges. Brogdon had 16. Jordan Clarkson had 14. Sabonis had 13, 9, and 8. Knicks are up 2-0 in the series. Game number 3 will be going over to Minnesota despite 20 from LaMelo Ball. Bradley Beal 27. This was really good numbers this season. Well, he put up great numbers this year. 27 for Bradley Beal, 22 for Kawhi Leonard. The Knicks are up 2-1 in the series, and it's going to be them winning game number 4 as well, 126-100. LaMelo Ball had 22 in this one. Julius Randle had 25 and 4. Big games all around. What's going to happen here in game number 5? Is it going to be the Knicks winning the NBA Finals? Yes, it is. The New York Knicks have won the championship. LaMelo Ball is your Finals MVP, 26, 4, and 5 for him this season. So that's going to be the conclusion of today's video. Let me know down in the comment section if you enjoyed it. Today we traded away every single team's best player to basically reshape the NBA and see what happens. And it ends up with New York Knicks winning the NBA championship and LaMelo Ball as your Finals MVP. If you enjoyed today's video, let me know down in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. If you have any ideas you'd like me to do in the future, I'd be happy to do so. Leave them in the comments below. Anyways, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.